the top.
Happy Wellness Wednesday, crew. It's the lovely E and her copper cup. Sip, sip. Gotta have some Al B. Sure in the background.
Yay.
So we are gonna have fun today, crew. As we know, Friday is Valentine's Day. I do not believe in Valentine's Day, but it is Love Month. And we're going to be talking about relationships. And we got a little Al B. Sure in the background. So let me introduce my crew. My beauty queens, J-Lo, Teresa, Cynthia. So we are going to be talking about relationships, how long you've been in relationships, what have you done to keep your relationship going, and we're going to start off with J-Lo. So tell us, how long have you been in your relationship?
May 13th will be 22 years. I've been with the same gentleman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And Teresa, how long have you been in your relationship?
Depends on what you want to consider. 2019, and that was the first marriage, and then 2022 was the second to the same gentleman.
Okay, we're going to come back to that. And Cynthia, how long have you been in your relationship?
About 5 years.
Really?
To myself.
Yeah.
The best relationship I have.
Oh, I feel the same way.
Yes.
Yes.
We all gotta love ourselves.
Yeah, I'm big on that, as you all know.
Yeah.
Just love on
We're
yourselves.
the queens.
Yeah, that's like, look at our cool t-shirts, crew.
Yes.
Our
Thanks,
artist, J-Lo, made them.
Yes.
Yes, with hearts, and it says Queen and the little crown. So,
I met my significant other at a bar, dancing. And we've been together since. He showed up. He asked for my name and number, and I told him no. I just met him. And he wrote my name on his arm at the end of the night. Called me 3-4 times the next week. I said, well, I'll be here next week. Because that was my weekend. I used to go dancing. And my kids were all old enough. My baby was 13, so... I would go dancing every Friday and Saturday. And I said, if you want to see me again, I'll be here. He showed up in a suit and tie, 3-piece suit, dressed to the hilt. I wore his tie home, and we've been together since.
Is that all you had on?
Not at the bar.
Okay. And Teresa, you want to share about...
Well, it all started on Tinder, and I probably shouldn't have met my husband because he was in Nigeria. And we wrote for many, many years, back and forth. I traveled there 5 times. We went on safari in Kenya. So he proposed to me when I was supposed to be flying home, and I told him all the reasons why I couldn't get married. And then that evening, somebody spoke to me, which I say was God, and said, Samson means freedom. I didn't know what that meant, but I was crying my eyes out. And I said, okay, under certain circumstances. And here we are. And he got here in 2022. And the whole visa process was a pain in the butt. And they don't recognize the marriage. So they do for the visas, but they don't for New York State. So we had to get remarried again in 2022. So in our young relationship, we've got 2 weddings, and they weren't renewing our vows; they were mandatory.
Wow! Wow!
Yeah. So welcome to New York.
Yeah. Yep, that's New York. New York State. So Cynthia, you've been single for 5 years. I've been single for 5 years. How do you feel being single for 5 years? Have you met anyone? Any dates?
Some days are better than others. but I love when I'm in a relationship, I give 100%,
Okay.
and I'm giving 100% to myself,
Hey.
and it feels good. It feels good just loving on me,
Yeah.
which was hard. It was hard because I have children. I have 4 children. I was married, and so I always catered, to the husband, the children,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I actually love being single, and I know my king is coming. um, and I don't have a problem like being alone, doing things alone, sitting alone. Um, she's good with buying flowers for herself. You taught me that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's a lot of things that E does for her that I'm learning from her that I've never done for me. So, and I appreciate that.
Special.
I am special.
Yes, you
I am special. And the next person coming in my life, he's going to be just as special.
Mm-hmm.
Because just anybody's not coming in.
Right. Boundaries.
Not just anybody's coming in.
That's right.
And I'm just grateful that I've had this time to get to know Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
What I like, what I don't like. I'm grateful.
Yay.
I'm grateful.
Wow.
And you?
And me, so it's 5 years. Everybody knows I'm enjoying my journey. I can't stress it enough. I am such a free spirit. Whoever comes in my life, we have to mirror each other. He has to be a free spirit. Basically, just so much in common. Where we both just understand, like, I like my time alone. I don't want to be smothered. And I'm the type of person that I have like such a drawing spirit. So like my past relationships, they always want to be up under me. And then when I'm like, I just need some time for me, it's a problem. But you have to let a person who is just, busy, I don't even want to say busy, but enjoying life, just let them have their freedom and don't smother them and just be understanding. And of course, I'm just so big on communication and talk. And if you talk, you understand that person better. Yeah. So I always say good things come to those who wait.
Yes.
I'm not looking for anyone. Everyone tells me go on apps, go on this, that. I just basically I'm out and about, and sometimes I'll meet someone, and sometimes I meet people in my health food stores, and I'm really bad because I look in their shopping cart. I'm like, you're not really eating healthy, so I don't have time to teach you. And I just say, nice chatting, have a good day, and I just mosey on. Because I don't want to waste their time, and I don't want them to waste my time, because my time is really precious, and time is money, and I refuse to settle. Age is just a number. I'm only getting younger. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm getting older, so I got to get a relationship. No, I'm getting younger, and I'm going to wait patiently. Oh, no. Yeah. Yep. So, tell us, like, J-Lo, like you and Arnold.
When I first met him, and we got into the discussion about my best friend was with someone else, and they were dating, and they were like 2 weeks into it. She's talking about marriage. Me and him looked at each other like, I'm not doing that again. He was married before. He has a son. I was married, of course. It didn't work out. It was. I felt like I was there I was a toy. The gentleman that I was married to was older. very, very jealous. It just got to the point where I told him right in the beginning, even though I didn't know I was older than him, but at the beginning I says, I'm telling you right now, if we can't sit and talk without arguing, I'm calling it quits. I says, I'm not going into fighting with a relationship.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. And I says, I'm not a jealous person. If you want something else, let me know, and we'll call it quits. I says, I've been through that. I'm not doing it again. I says, and we're just open and honest with each other. And I can count on one hand how many arguments we've had in 22 years together.
Awesome.
Because if we can't talk, then there's nothing to talk about.
Right.
And I was just open and honest with him from the get-go. I'm not a jealous person. Because I've been through that.
Right.
And he's like, okay. And the funny thing is, I got the jokes because he's 12 years younger than me. And it was like, oh, you're a cougar. I'm like,
What's a
okay.
cougar? Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, we've been
Keeps you
together.
young.
And he loves my kids. My grandchildren think the world of him. He thinks that they call him Pa. You know? And he was at first, he was like, no kids are going to call me Grandpa. Because, like I said, he's in his 40s. And he's like, I'm not going to be called Grandpa. My grandson come up this summer. And instead of calling Pa, they call him Papa Po. Because he kind of looks like Po Panda.
Oh,
From Kung Fu Panda. And my daughter gave him that nickname. So, my grandson turned and said, Grandpa. And he just responded, what? And I just looked and I just smiled. You know?
It's part of the family.
Yeah. Wow. So, Teresa, tell us something about Samson.
Samson is a singer. It's called Lion Superboy, and he's also going to college at night. He works full time, and he's going to a hair class to get his license for weaves and what do you call it, dreadlocks and braids, which he did in Nigeria. He had his own shop there. So he's very, very busy. We don't see each other that much right now, and he's exhausted. So that's tough. Because he'll go out and his jacket will smell like perfume. I'm like, I bought you that perfume and I don't even get to smell it on you. And I'm like, I just want to take the jacket and go like this. But, you know, he's got to make his life, and you know, he's new to this country, so he's realizing how everything is expensive and it's way different. And he's got to work really hard, and he's doing it. So I give him all the credit in the world
I
because
commend him for that.
Nigeria, you know, the government didn't help their people, and most people were dirt poor and didn't know how they were going to eat the next day, and had to work really hard to succeed. And it's a whole nother opportunity, and he's taking the bull by the horns and running with it. So I commend him for that. And I also realized what I was doing when I was his age. So it's
so you understand.
Yeah,
you
I get
understand each other basically.
Yep.
Which is good.
You know, and I encourage and support whatever he wants to do. I do miss him when he's not around. You know, like he goes to the city overnight to do his course. You know, and he's got to be out of the house by 6 o'clock in the morning to be down there by 9. So he's got a lot on his plate. And I give him credit. He made the dean's list, so very proud of him. I'm very honored.
That's
So
awesome.
see what he's doing for his life.
Samson.
And, you know, that's great.
Wow. So, Cynthia, what else can you share?
You know, I like what you shared because it's me as far as being free spirited. And when I feel like somebody's smothering me, I get an attitude. Like I get upset. Like you're really in my space. Do you have friends? Can you go visit? I never want to feel like I'm smothered. I've never liked it. Never. So, you know, the person that's gonna come into my life have to, like you said, have a free spirit. Just, you know, having their own wings and just living their life, and we come together.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Have you thought about like writing a vision for the type of man that you want? Like, okay.
I sure do.
Yeah, like, just take a journal and write down, this is how I want my king to be. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. Oh, okay. So you did do
Yeah,
that.
manifesting
I still do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Every day.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, I did that. Like, I manifest the type of man that I want, and it's probably like, it could be about 10 pages in my journal. Yeah, and I do this like every year. Like I add on,
Right.
I revise, and I sometimes do it, so many months, because you just see things and you like, oh, like I don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. It's boundaries. It's valuing yourself as to what you want, you don't want. Some people, they're like, I've had like some ladies to say to me, well, I'm like, oh, I couldn't deal with that. And they're like, well, yeah, that I can deal with what you're doing. And I'm like, that is true. I feel that you deserve better. Like, I don't think any lady or any man should be in a relationship and be unhappy and be mistreated. Like, I think that you should love each other, respect each other, communicate. But when it comes to that controlling as to, oh, you can't go there, you can't do this, you can't wear that, where are you going? Like, why can't you just talk to the person and say, I would like to know where you're going, like, I just feel a little uncomfortable with you going there. Oh, I think your skirt is a little too short, or, I don't like when somebody just tell you, like, oh, you're not leaving the house like that.
Right.
Like, my dad is 6 feet under, so no man is going to ever tell me what I can and cannot do.
Right.
I respected my father. I respect, my uncles, my elders. Yes, but in a relationship and a guy is telling me what I can and cannot do, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that was an incident with me.
Yeah.
When I dress up and when I want to go out, and we used to go out and dance and stuff, and I had asked him one night, how do I look? He said, fine. I hate that word. I hate it with all my heart. I had this, it looked like a corset on. It was pink, like gingham, and I had a sweater that come over, and it had buttons here. I left the button undone. So you saw the girls. And I asked him honestly, because he had bought me the skirt. It was a really cute gentlemanly skirt. He says, you look fine. I said, all right. So we go to the bar, and we're sitting there, and there was a gentleman across the way looking, and he's going like this and winking at me. Yeah. So my boyfriend, he looks at me, and he says, can you do up one button? I said, nope, I look fine. He never said that after that.
Oh, that was
I
good.
said, nope, I look fine.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
And he's like, okay, I learned my lesson. I said,
Mhm.
okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's part of
Be open and honest. I'm gonna, and that's the way I am.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for anyone. I was enjoying, like you ladies said, I was enjoying my life. My children were old enough that they could be home alone. I had 2 teenage boys and my daughter, So they were all old enough that they could be home. And it was my turn now. I wasn't looking for a relationship. And he walked in and I asked him to dance, and we've been together since.
Dancing ever since.
Yeah.
Dancing ever since.
Yes.
Do you
dancing?
I know. Do you guys still go dancing?
We don't know. We're both because he works late hours and I work in the morning, and then I work weekends now, and he has weekends off. So it's a little difficulty.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
he does these really sweet things, like
Right.
he'll say, "Hey, hon, what are you doing?" Like he's been going up to Syracuse to work
Mhm.
since November.
Wow.
So he says, "You know what? How about you follow me up and you stay up there with me Mondays and Tuesdays at the hotel?"
Oh, that's
You know, so we had that
nice.
little getaway.
Yeah.
You know, we brought
see?
dinner, brought it into the
Yeah.
hotel room. We just spent time together.
Love it.
Um,
Yeah.
For
That's
our
special.
20th anniversary, I've always wanted to go to Dollywood.
Oh yeah.
So we went to Dollywood, and it was during the week, so it wasn't crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kids were still in school, and we went for the whole, you know, we went and we traveled, and it was beautiful. And he does this every now and then when hockey season's not in, but and that's hockey season. But he'll do it. He'll say, "Okay, we're going to go away for the weekend," and it'll be, say, I get out of work Sunday night, and he has Monday off or something. We'll go and spend the night at a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll
That's
just
nice.
Yeah.
and then just drive around, look at things, and do stuff, you know. And it's me and his time together. It's not like we have to be together all the time,
Right.
and it's
Right.
nice.
Right.
Like when I do get weekends off, I go to Connecticut. When he gets when he has time, he goes sees his son in Canada. Because our weekends don't coincide,
Mm-hmm.
we make special times
Mm-hmm.
during the
nice.
week, you know.
That's what keeps the
That's
relationship.
nice.
I was
Yeah.
going to say
It's the
that
little
that's
things.
what keeps you guys going
Mhm.
22 years
Yeah.
because of the communication, understanding,
Yeah.
and respecting each other. And
And
just,
fun.
yeah, and having fun. But it's like, okay, we know we can't just every single day, but we'll just make fun when we get a chance.
Right.
I
Those
love
special
it.
times.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
nice because he'll like the first time he actually took me somewhere. Now I've never been on a plane. I was never on a train. Never on buses or anything. I was a country girl that lived in the backwoods. My parents were great. The only time we traveled was in a huge camper, and we all had our kids. There was like 18 people in this camper,
Wow.
you know, with kids and everything.
Right.
We traveled to West Virginia to see my dad's family. That's what we did. And for him to say, you need to get a pair of walking shoes, I'm looking at him like, where are we going to walk to? He ends up taking me to D.C.
Oh, yeah.
for the weekend.
Walking.
We went to D.C.
Lot to
He
see.
took me on, the first thing was the airplane, and then he took me on the transit, and we followed everything. It was incredible. And I'm 30-some years old, 35 years old, first time experiencing this.
Wow.
And he kept looking at me on the plane, and he kept saying, "Are you all right?" I says, "You don't understand. I've never done this. I'm taking it all in. I'm like a kid in a candy shop.
That's right.
And to
Yeah.
share this with someone that you love
Mm-hmm.
for the first time,
Memories.
it just blew my
Those
mind
memories,
that this
yeah.
gentleman wanted
Yeah.
to share this with me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it was incredible. I never had that with my marriage.
Wow.
I never had that with previous relationships. And for him to want to share that,
That's right.
Mm.
you know? And my mom had told me something, and I was quite upset when me and my husband separated. I said, "Mom, you said love conquers all." She says, "No, I said true love conquers all." When she met Arnold, she had a sore on her foot. He had bought a first aid kit, and he literally cleaned it for her. It was the 4th of July. First time meeting my family. And he bought my mother flowers, brought them to her. And it was incredible, you know, how he just made himself so accessible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister opened her mouth, and that just blew everything away. Because she asked if everything was big in Texas.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
And,
is that why you went to Dollywood? Little competition?
well, he's from Texas, so.
Oh,
And the
gosh.
funny thing is, I looked at him, and he didn't skip a beat. He said, "Well, ask her." And I'm like, "Oh!" I was like, I'm going to go help Mom cook.
Plead the fifth.
But you know, he had that personality with my family, and my
Yeah, that's
mom.
Nice.
He was so close to my mom and my dad, and he respected them, and they respected him. And my mom turned to me that day and she says, he's your true love.
Aw,
You know,
Wow.
for her to tell me that,
that matters.
Yeah.
it really blew my mind. You know,
Wisdom, she
Yeah.
said.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, I love it. So, Teresa, anything else you would like to share?
Romance matters. When I went to Nigeria the first time, and when I got off the plane, they keep you in a whole nother section of the airport to go through the visa process and the customs,
Mm-hmm.
not with like the herds of people like is here. So I'm in a whole nother room, and I'm last to come out. So he's calling me, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm like, I'm just in this room. They gotta like process me, I guess. I don't know. And he says, well, what's happening? I said, nothing. I'm just sitting on the couch waiting. And so I go through. Now he's only seen me from the phone. He's never seen me in person. And he told me before I flew, because I'm a real emotional person, and you know I'm Italian, so I touch and I hug and I do all that stuff. He says, you can't do that here. I'm like, what do you mean I can't do that there? No, we're very calm and laid back, and we don't show much emotions. So I laughed at him. He says, you can't cry. Because I would always cry on the phone. And his mom would say, cry baby, cry baby. And they nicknamed me Ayo, which in Yoruba it means joy. And so I come out of customs or visa or whatever the heck it is, and they're not allowed in the airport. So I gotta go get my luggage. And I'm the last one. The place is like desolate.
Wow.
And it's like midnight.
Wow.
And it's a like 20-something hour flight, so I'm tired. And he's like a nervous wreck.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out and he's with his entourage. He has some of his friends with him. And he sees me and he comes running up to me and hugs me and he says, I want you to know this took courage for you to come this far. And he starts crying.
He told you not to.
And I started laughing. I'm like, no. You said I couldn't do that, and now you're doing it?
That's funny.
So they were waiting in the parking lot, and probably drinking, waiting for me because the flight was a long time and it was partially delayed, and then he had to wait even longer. But when we got to the hotel, there was rose petals on the floor.
I remember you showed me the pictures.
And the rose petals on the bed. It said Samson and Teresa are a lion and lioness. I don't know. Every time I went there, it was something different. And so I was kind of blown away. And his friends came in the hotel room with us, and we just talked and hung out. And I was exhausted, but it was the first time seeing each other. Ever.
Yeah.
Just being on the phone on video and
Wow.
that kind of thing. And so it was a nice greeting. It was a very nice greeting. And I told him, I said, you better not lose that romance or you're gone.
Is he still being romantic?
That's right.
Not as much.
Right, with his schedule. But
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
trying.
Yeah,
He's
he
trying.
does a lot.
Yeah.
He'll bring me flowers. And
Oh,
those beautiful, beautiful cards.
yeah.
And
Ah.
his smile lights up the world. So,
I know. He
Mhm.
does have a nice smile.
and he's sincere, and people go to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's
A
just,
drawing spirit.
Yeah. so it's nice. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
So, Cynthia, anything else you want to chime in? Anything in particular on relationships?
When you find him or her and they're the right one, you'll know, just like these two.
Yes.
All the years, the romance is still there. The communication is still there. A lot of things that they share with their partners is what you should share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what I want. And I'm being very patient because I deserve the best.
Yes.
Absolutely, we all.
And I'm going to get the best.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yay. I think that's a toast on that one.
The best is yet to be. And what the mind can see and believe it can achieve.
Yep.
That's right.
So J-Lo, thank you for the strawberry Moscato. And Cynthia is having some water from my copper pitcher.
Sip, sip.
Sip, sip. So, in closing out, for me, I think everybody knows E has boundaries. Just very particular what I want, don't want. Of course, I can't settle. He's got it together. I cannot do the Build-A-Bear. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Got a t-shirt. I am not building no woman's son. You gotta have it together. Because I will help you. I can't help you no more. It's gotta be stable, strong. Just holding it down for him. And there's many, oh my gosh, there are so many people making fake accounts on social media and trying to get my attention. Scams. Even people that I know I blocked, but what these guys are doing, they're making fake accounts. If someone block you, and that means they don't want to be bothered, especially the ones that are married. I have a problem with that. These guys that are married, in relationship, or living with their lady. I'm like, if you're doing that to her, you would be doing that to me. So I don't want to have anything to do with you. And that's why I just want someone honest, trustworthy, where we mirror each other. Because I'm honest, I'm trustworthy, but I just don't have time for foolishness. Mm-hmm. I feel that people should be honest. Okay, you can tell someone, I'm attracted to you. Yes, I'm married, blah, blah, blah. But to continue and be disrespectful to the woman that you're with, or even ladies that do that to their spouse or their fiance or boyfriend, I just have a problem with people being so unfair to each other. That's why I always say respect and to be nice, kind, and loving and communicate. Because the guys, I've had guys to send me their private part. I really have a problem with that. Professional guys, where I'm like, I can't believe you sent me that. That's disgusting. And first off, that goes into cyberspace. Yeah. Everything's track and trace. Like, who does that? So what do? You block them. Just block them, because I'm just like, hey, if I was in a relationship with you, you would be doing that to me, and you're supposed to be into me. So that's why I'm just like, no nonsense. I keep it real. I just don't have time. I cannot build a bear. I cannot coach you. You need to do the work. Come out of your foolishness if you want a good, strong woman. Until, I will wait patiently.
There you go.
Yeah. Good things come to those who wait.
Yes.
Yes. So, anything else before we close out, ladies?
Always lead with love.
Yeah.
And always get a kiss goodnight.
Yes.
Don't go to bed angry.
That was my number one rule.
Yeah.
Don't go to bed mad, and always kiss goodnight. And if you need to, say you're sorry.
Yeah. Because you can perish in your sleep.
Right.
And the next day, that person is, I hate to say it, dead. And you're standing there crying because you were mean to that person. So get it right before you close your eyes at night. Yeah.
Be in touch with each other.
Yes.
Do you want to touch on them?
So don't forget, crew, give me thumbs up. Remember, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm not on Instagram and Facebook, as I've shared with you, but you can always go up on my platforms and check things out and, just be enlightened. And as we know, it's Black History Month, so I have another good book I'm going to share with you, an Afro-Indigenous history of the United States. And I'll put all the info in the description below. So everything will be in the description below. Don't forget to hit more. Thank you for sharing. my information. Remember to be nice, kind, and loving to each other. I can't thank my beauty queens enough. This was so much.
J-Lo for
Thank
our
you.
shirts.
Yeah, thank you for our
Yes, thank you.
t-shirts.
Made our
Yeah.
green shirts.
Yeah. She did my blue. Everybody got their colors. Yeah, I just can't thank everybody. I'm always so appreciative, very thankful for everything.
Thank you, E. This was fun.
It was
Thank
awesome. Thank you. And everyone, remember, have a nice love day on Friday. Don't go in debt. You know, getting chocolate, flowers, do this stuff every day.
Right.
And as I always tell you, peace and love. I love my crew to life. Remember, communicate and be nice. Cannot stress it enough, crew.
Kindness counts.
Yes, it does. So until next time, bye.
Bye.
And peace and love.
Peace and love.
Okay. Okay. We're just waiting patiently.
Peace and love.
Technical support, where are you?
Sip, sip.
Woohoo. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to help it though.
This is where you need to